Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be doing the continuation of the chakras mini-series. I'm just taking a deeper look into balancing our chakra garden, the first part 1 and part 2 that I had done. You don't have to reflect back on those because I'm pretty much just hitting them all again as we do this. These little mini sessions are going to be just a deeper look into what they're about, what happens when they're blocked, what happens when it's overactive, and then just self-reflection that I've gone through as well with each chakra, and then the best piece of advice from someone who's gone through it. So let's just get right into it. So we're on the third eye, our third eye chakra, which is IC. It's located right here between the eyebrows. A lot of the time it's confused as just being our head or forehead, but the foundation of it is here. And then, of course it extends up and wherever else, but right there. It reflects as indigo, blue, violet, is known as that. But I'm also getting this link, like when I'm downloading these messages and I was doing this board right now, blue, violet, it's like, so UV, right? UV rays, like the sun. So IC is also reflecting off UV rays with blue violet as it's in the know, which is like the sun. So IC is reflecting off of the I know, like the sun, causing UV rays. Stay tuned, So this chakra is all about your spirituality and really your faith system, your backbone and your divination, your spiritual communication, your perception, your visions, your awareness, the self-reflection to actually go within. Because like I was talking about, you're all grounded right here and trying to get through this 3D, right? And now you're already in the 5D as you're still in the 3D with your inner and your outer. But now as you're still 3D as within, so without, holding space for the outer emotions and the outer strength to 11. Now what we're doing is you're able to self-reflect because your goggles have been taken off of your third eye, which happens, you'll see. And then you just get that instant check mark is back again and you're seeing different and you just know that you're seeing different and you're kind of trying to figure it out, like what the heck just happened. But this literally happened to me Easter morning, along with other things, of course, but you just wake up one day and or you feel it, something happens differently, and it just, I don't know. That was my experience. So who knows what yours will be. But in the meantime, you will know because that check mark will just go off. But you're able to take that energy now through your spiritual gifts of communication and whatnot that we'll get down here for your third eye chakra. But you're able to take that energy now and go within to self-reflect. And you're able to sit by yourself and do this for hours. And it can never stop. You're not limiting yourself ever if you're just going within to self-reflect and listen and open your ears and your eyes to what the divine or holy angels are trying to say. And then it's just like this deep abyss again, but it's light. It's never ending. There's so much space, 333. There's so much space that we can hold positivity for now when it used to just be covered in shadows and burdens, right? And this is a huge chakra for your intuition too, which, but it's the most important sense in which it makes it the most important, the most crucial to unblock. It's the sixth sense. This is, if you can't unblock this, then there's really no more room for you to grow, right? I mean, you're still extending out a bit because your heart is going up this way as well with that energy. It's going out within as above, so below, like every chakra. But here's where you're really self-limiting yourself in a different way versus just each chakra alone. This is the powerhouse, really. This is that Jehovah Elohim and God's band, the 3 and the 5 that we talked about with the chakra bands, right? That I did with the pipe cleaners. So when you're blocked, you're going to have this mental block. Like really you do. You don't think that you do. But then when those goggles get taken off, when you wake up the next day and you're like, holy shit, I'm someone different. That mental block is just gone. Like it's just this brick wall that is just, no thoughts can't go anywhere else. So you're so limited. But that's also where the ignorance comes in, especially if you're an egotistical narc. You're not able to trust your own instincts or trust yourself, trust your faith system because you've ignored it for so long. You had the falling out with the faith system. You have no imagination, no creativity, no other chakra before this. Look how dead you are inside, 5'11". This literally is just like, you're just a robot to the universe. You're just a slave. You're just like an American who's an ant, right? You're just living. You're just existing. You don't know why. You don't know your life purpose. Your soul is just in a vessel covered by unclean spirits and what you don't even know or realize. Anatomically, you can be blocked by headaches, all of this pressure in your sinuses or just tension headaches because of that stress, that anxiety, that low serotonin that you're going to be dealing with because you're in that mental block. There's no room for growth. This also has issues with your pineal gland. Your pineal gland being calcified, really. Pressure, senses are blocked. So when you have a blocked third eye, you can also have trouble tasting or smelling or hearing, along with the other chakras, like the one before, the hearing issues, right? So when your senses are blocked, though, it's all those different avenues that we were talking about, taste, touch, see, whichever. All of those doors that we talked about, those passages, they're blocked too. So not only are you blocking your chakras, but you are also now blocking your upper avenues, your way of energy to get in and get out. And there's nothing you're limiting yourself. There's nothing to go forward. It'll still project out, but now it's just a robot to the universe. It's just doing it because it's forced and because it's putting up with it. But look at how much you're limiting yourself. When you are awakening, when you are ascending, of course, that balance is going to come in for that chakra, each chakra separately. Your goggles are going to come off of your virtual reality. Hopefully, you're going to gain that mental clarity, and it's going to be kind of a mind fuck because you're like, whoa. And it took me a long time to understand that this is really what the truth was, because your whole life will feel like a lie. Everything you knew wasn't the truth. And then when you start to explain it to somebody else, they look at you like you're fucking crazy. So who are we supposed to go to now? Who are we supposed to speak up? How are we supposed to even be believed or feel that love from others? It's just not going to happen, because you're never going to rationalize with an irrational person, no matter how much in the upright that they are. If they are ignorant to the divine, okay, upright, they can still have pure intentions and just not have a faith system. Oh, I know that's the right thing to do and I'm going to do it. But a lot of people don't. You gain these psychic powers, your intuitive clairvoyance powers. You start to see signs and things everywhere. And when you see them, we're like, oh, that's kind of weird, or oh, that's kind of weird, or oh, God, again, really? But really, they're there to help you. They're there to see you and see the signs. And if things are popping up, it's because you're not listening. You need to start listening. All your angel numbers, your coincidences. If a song starts to play, if your ear starts to ring, if all of a sudden you're thinking about, oh shit, this is a really stressful situation, and then a siren goes down the street, it's all signs, 811. Wisdom, you'll gain a deeper connection to the universe and just to each person too, because it's still that divine power within, right? You'll see the truth. You'll see the truth for what it is, and you'll just know that instant check mark. You'll see the truth about people because your goggles have come off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, they're a narc. They've been a narc this whole time, and why am I just now getting this? Because your third eye was blocked and you didn't have your goggles off. Your judgment was clouded. You're having out-of-body experiences. You're able to observe better. You have all angles. You're able to really see the truth for what it is. Therefore, you see the chakra work that needs to be done. You're able to see auras, or that cardiovascular solar value that we talked about, right? That kind of plays into this, I guess. Wow. Oh my gosh. Cardiovascular solar value, 55. Out of 55 for the 6th chakra. 55 plus 5 more is 60. Y'all hear that horn? Why are they beeping up the 55 to the 60? 5.5 to 6. 5.5 to 6. Wait, so 7 chakras, 7.5 more to keep it going. Inner and outer, so 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. So Jehovah Elohim, you're telling me right now that that cardiovascular solar value was true, therefore validating those messages and those visions and the confirmations that I had before of that picture of me and Jason at Richmond Beach from the Ego Death Twin Flame Coming Home to Yourself trauma video, which was also the video yesterday, 10/11, which is also the video yesterday that I couldn't remember. And now I'm getting, I needed to write UV. And now I'm getting the download. So that picture back at Richmond Beach that shows that activity coming from my back that looks like a wing, right? And that it looked like the prime stacking on my face. Oh man, you guys. Whoa. Whoa, I just saw a huge triangle. Whoa, I just saw a huge triangle. Triangle. As I'm talking about third eye, as I'm talking about that cardiovascular solar value and how I was able to get a picture of it. And what color was that? What color was on me, you guys? It was mostly like blue and orange. 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 Blue and orange, kind of some tingy reds and greens in there. Blue and orange. So blue and orange. So we're reflecting two at a time. Two at a time, two at a time, two at a time. But then there's one extra. There's one extra that's just by itself at all times. What is that? Is that the third eye or is it the heart? It's got to be the heart, because the heart is the 5 and 1. So it's got to be the heart. The heart is the 5 and 1, and therefore 2 and 2, 2, 2. Oh my gosh, you guys, see, this is my homework now for the next time we do this. Wow. Wow, you guys see, I was so flighty, right, in the earlier video. And now my mind is just, and I'm just like, yeah, that's what it is, because that's what he's telling me, right? I know I can't argue with him. He shares this information to me as he still wants to. I mean, I just ask, say, I'm at this creative block, Jehovah Elohim. I don't know where to go from here. Please show me the answer, right? I've been telling you guys before that. That's how I got all those pictures outside of what was going on, the inverted pyramid, the 5 and 1, and then how the sun worked with the moon, you know, all that. Go back and please look at those pictures if you don't know what I'm talking about, because that is what I'm seeing. That is what God has shown me. And now he's showing me this by way of you guys in this video. So, wow. I mean, I'm so just, whew. Anyway, when you have an overactive third eye, you have a lack of self anything, because you just can't see your worth. You can't see your value. You can't see the truth. That anxiety comes back in, which therefore leads to depression and all those other issues of low serotonin. But just think of how many times we've brought that up. And so how many avenues of anxiety you got towards yourself, you know. Mine were all 7 at one point, and I know that because of my journaling, which I'm going to share with you guys. So you also have that clouded judgment because you can't see the truth, or you can't see what's worth what. You're exhausted, you know, physically, mentally, it doesn't matter, because when you're exhausted at one point in your body, that whole balance is off, right? You're indecisive. You can't make up your damn mind. Sound familiar? You'll be ejected into survival mode because it'll feel like nothing's going right. Your basic needs are not even being met. So you have to do this as you're ejected into it. Okay, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. But I'm not seeing the truth for what it is, or I'm not seeing that I got myself into that own problem. You know, most of the time there are natural out of control forces, God, but 9 times out of 10, you are also your own problem. You have no faith system, no backbone, no battery life to get you anywhere, right? And you sleep, you recharge that battery, but that battery will die. It's never just completely going. Mental and emotional instability to the point where no one can even understand what's going on with you, 1511. So, time to self-reflect. Am I seeing the truth? Which is hard to tell, but ask yourself that. And when you ask yourself, it helps you open your mind. Okay, well, if this is the truth for me, I'm going to think about it from the opposite party's perspective. What's the truth for them, right? How are they feeling? How am I feeling? No, what's the truth? Am I seeing the truth? Okay, is the truth what I am seeing? So like I just said, you read those energies, flip them, because you always have negative or positive. You always have two sides to the story. Am I learning from the experience of clouded judgment previously? Are you learning at all? Because if not, you're just continuing to get yourself stuck in these situations that you need to be ejected out of into survival mode, right? Sound familiar? I see others' egos, which you totally do, because I'm calling it out on all of these. When I see all of this happening, this is how exactly I'm feeling. And so when I see someone like now as your truest form, whether you think you're a rat because I see you're a star, that's exactly what's going to happen is I'm seeing your ego. And that's why I'm telling you you're ignorant half the time. And that's why I'm telling you I want you to heal because I love you. And you don't see that you need to heal. You think I'm being a bitch when I'm telling you you are a robot to the universe and wake the hell up. I see how they want to be perceived. How are they being perceived right now? Because they're not even thinking clearly. They're not even thinking of the truth, but they are showing you their truth. And as long as your eyes and ears are open to those signs and those syncs, you're going to see, oh, this is how their chakras look. Oh, this is an unclean spirit. Oh, I don't want anything to do with this person. Why do you think people ask others, oh, what's your sign? What's your sign? It's not just about that. It's also, oh, if they're really in the negative and this is their sign, these are the qualities that they're going to be attributing, whether they're positive, 1711, positive or negative. And okay, this is the person in the positive. Okay, I can fuse well with that. My energy can resonate. But when they're in the negative and they hoard these qualities of their zodiac sign, it's like an instant, you don't want anything to do with it, right? Because once you see the signs and the syncs and you're able to read the chakras and observe the auras and the spirits of others, you're going to know right off the bat with how you're feeling inside. How you're feeling inside is a sign, so take it, right? I see where my progress has led me. Yes, always celebrate your progress, no matter how minimal, because you're still moving forward. I judge with honor of self. No, we shouldn't be judging at all, right? But we can totally judge ourselves. And I do. I like to judge myself because I want to be able to sit there and say at the end of the day, I don't like how you did this, and tomorrow we'll get it right. And we're going to ask for forgiveness and try again. Because I want to make sure that when I'm going up to heaven's gates, whether the rapture comes or I'm just naturally moving on, I want to be able to sit there and be able to say, okay, I've judged myself every single day. And I know that Jehovah Elohim, the one who will be the ultimate judger, will know what to expect because I've been working with him and know that when I come to face judgment, I will have a clean slate as much as possible, hopefully. So, I see their hidden motives versus their hidden morals, right? I see that they're a narcissist versus an empath, or I see they've mastered their emotions. So hell yeah, I can have a decent conversation with them. But a lot of the times we don't look at that when our judgment is clouded too. A lot of the times we don't see that when our third eye is blocked. We're just thinking, oh crap, they're an asshole, or I hurt them even though they hurt me and I just love them and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. No, you need to figure out what's their repetitive pattern. What's their hidden motives? What's their hidden morals? What is their truth? What is your truth? Do you want to be associated with that? Whether it's a clean spirit or not, what's your spiritual consequences going to be? Open your eyes so you don't miss anything. Seriously, always be looking, always be learning, always be watching out for the signs and the syncs. And as soon as you forget about them, they're going to pop up, but keep that avenue open. Your peripherals, all of that. Don't just think what you're looking at, and that's not all you really see. You need to open up your eyes to everything that you're looking around. when you're doing that self-judgment with honor, point out to see, how am I feeling? How am I holding the space with the truth? Where is the truth? Like we had talked about, what's their truth? What's this truth? What really happened? Thinking about outside the box, all angles from the omniscient viewpoint. And when you're thinking about the truth, where is the problem? 2011. Where is the problem? But then where's the solution? And how are you going to get to it? How are you going to get to it for the opposite party? And how are you going to get to it internally for yourself? Habits of self-harm, and make sure that you are not falling into those repetitive patterns of self-destructive thoughts, ways, eating bad because you just want to emotionally fill yourself up with food. Because food always loves you, right? Of course it does, but there's also the negative aspects, and that's why you have to be careful about what you put in. What is it that I need to work on? What do I need to work on truthfully for the divine in myself to make sure that I can intuitively heal my judgment and be able to accept and be truthful with myself and work on what I need to work on so this doesn't happen again, to prevent this wheel of karma from moving backwards, even though it's continuing to move forward no matter what, just like us, just like our chakras, as within, so without. Seeing is believing. Do not be ignorant, because that's what got you here in the first place. Seeing is believing. If you see it, accept it. Because the more that you start to believe the signs and the syncs and have that faith of, oh shit, this is really happening to me. No one's going to believe me, but this is my journey and my experience. You know, when you don't accept this, what you're seeing is believing. This is just another avenue for self-harm, right? So we don't want that to happen. What is the truth you want for them? You know, what is the truth that you want for the opposite party? Now, this is kind of a touchy subject because a lot of the time our anger, our feeling will overpower this. But if we're thinking clearly, truthfully, as a grown-up adult, what is the truth that you want for that person, no matter if they're your neighbor or your enemy? The truth is that I want them to heal no matter what, so then that way they can be in the upright and live a good, positive life, right? But really, what's the truth that's going to happen for them? You know, that's what I said. Are you in control of that? Are you in control of the truth that you want for them? 2211. No, you're not, because you are only in control of your own behaviors, your own emotions, your own instincts. You can want all you want, but look where it's gotten you. I want you to heal, but I can't do it for you. I can talk about it, I can help you understand it, but I can't do the work for you. And that's why I'm doing it this way, so you guys are forced to do the work, okay? This is a group project, but you're pulling your shit. So the best piece of advice that I want to give you is what you see is what the divine is showing you, okay? It's what they are seeing too, because they see what you're seeing, because they created you. So when they're inside as your backbone, they're also coming out from your viewpoint, and that way they understand and they know that this is what you're dealing with, and they understand what you're seeing, and they understand that your judgment is clouded. That protection is over you to help you move your obstacles out of the way, and the more that you let them in, the more that you get rid of that extra unclean spirit and negativity, the more that you make room for more, right? Well, that's exactly what's going to come in, is that God's going to show you what he's seen. God's going to allow you these gifts to come in to prevent those negative unclean spirits from coming in. Because once you don't fear them anymore, they're not going to harvest. Unclean spirits are just like narcissists in the spiritual world. They're just going to cling on to your supply and drain you for all that they got. Narcissists are just in the human form, 3D. Opening your eyes allows more positive traffic, like I just said, to see more, to be able to gain more gifts, to be able to gain more knowledge and wisdom, to be able to see the bullshit. You know, just leave them open. You know, put your seatbelt on. You know, drive forward with caution, because you have to protect your energy, right? But just continue to go forward and be open to it. Roll the window down a little bit, let the breeze go in, play some chakra healing music, because there's different vibrational frequency and hertz that are for each chakra to help clean that negative energy out. I'll be happy to share some if you'd like. Comment below and I'll send you some. You know, but the last thing I'm gonna say and we'll wrap it up. When you open your eyes, you're not only just opening your viewpoint of what you want to see. I've literally been saying, when one is not blocked, the rest of it's not blocked. So, lighthouse. Lighthouse is going huge. The third eye acts like a lighthouse. Wow, that's so beautiful. Wow. The third eye acts like a lighthouse. And now that I've gone through this, and this makes sense. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so sorry. This is really gross, and I'm so happy I'm not in front of you. I wash my hands all the time, especially after this pandemic. But lighthouse. Wow. So let's think about this for a second, because what do lighthouses do? Lighthouses, they lead us in the dark. They find us land on water. They move. The energy is always going. It's not just a light stuck in one spot. It's always producing in a clockwise motion. And when you think about a lighthouse, how far does that energy go? I mean, enough to where you could be on the boat on a little island in the middle of nowhere, healing your chakras, and then you see this emergency help me light. You're coming to the light because you know that it's safe. Wow. It is safe to go to the light. It is safe to go to the light. I have so much energy right now. And it feels like earlier, it feels like when I had to pull the tarot cards. I don't know if it's for the same person or someone else. But you need to speak up. And it's okay to come to the light because it's safe. Your fear is only holding you back. Imagine that lighthouse every single time you feel afraid. Imagine that. All those treacherous, stormy waters that you have to trust your boat, your vessel to get you there. But then once you get to the ground and you put your toe on the sand, oh, thank God, I'm on land. I'm safe. Look at the light that guided me here. It is safe to go home to the light. It's safe to surrender to the darkness. Here we can turn your wounds into light. I love you. I'll see you soon for I know.